Welcome back, friends, to another day of some cool shapes that we're going to learn about. Today, we're going to be learning about polygons and angles. So let's look at our vocab first, though. Today, in our vocab, we have a few words we need to know. The first one is a polygon. So a polygon is a closed shape that is flat, that has 3 or more sides. So that would be a triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, just like we learned yesterday, and some more shapes. Okay, that's a polygon. It's a shape that's flat, which means it's two-dimensional. It's not like a cube or a sphere that you could hold it. It's flat, it's on a plane is what we say. So it's a flat shape with 3 or more sides. We also have the word angle. So an angle is the corner shape that's made by 2 sides of a shape. So like this, the shape in between my hands would be the angle. This would be a bigger angle. This would be a small angle, okay? So that's an angle. And we're going to learn about a special type of angle today, and it's called a right angle, and that's when it makes a perfect square corner. So you see how my hands make a perfect corner? That would be a right angle, okay? So we're going to learn about right angles today. And those are our vocab words that we need to know. So now that we know those, we can go watch our visual learning video and see what we're going to do.
Look at these shapes. A closed plane shape with 3 or more sides is called a polygon.
You know the names of these polygons.
Name each polygon shown.
Well, the first one has 3 sides, so that makes it a triangle. The next one has 4 sides, which would be a quadrilateral. The one below that has 6 sides, which makes it a hexagon. And then the other blue one that has 5 sides would be a pentagon.
The polygons are a triangle, square, pentagon, and hexagon. These shapes are not polygons. Polygons are not open shapes. Polygons do not have curved sides. A circle is not a polygon. Why is the shape on the left not a polygon? Why is the shape on the right not a polygon?
The shape on the left can't be a polygon because it's not closed. It has a big opening in one of its sides. The shape on the right can't be a polygon because it has a curved side, and polygons have to have straight edges, straight sides.
The shape on the left is not a polygon because it is not a closed shape. The shape on the right is not a polygon because one side is curved. Polygons have angles. They have the same number of angles as sides and vertices. A triangle has 3 angles. A right angle forms a square corner. A square has 4 right angles. What other polygon always has 4 right angles?
Select your answer.
Well, a pentagon has 5 sides, so it has to have 5 angles. So it can't be a pentagon, but a rectangle has 4 sides and 4 vertices and 4 angles, and they're all right angles.
A rectangle always has 4 right angles. The pentagon below has 3 right angles. Now you know how to describe plane shapes by how they look.
So let's go practice. Okay, so we're starting on page 866. So if you need to grab your workbook and your pencil, you can pause me now and go do that. And we're going to do the guided practice down here. It says write the number of angles and then the name of the shape. So we need to count the number of angles. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this shape has 5 angles. What shape has 5 angles or 5 sides and 5 vertices? Pentagon. So we're going to say pentagon. Okay, and then number 2, we have to count the angles. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one also has 5, which means it's also a pentagon. I'm going to type for us so it's a little cleaner. Pentagon. Okay, how about this shape down here? How many angles does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this shape has 6 angles. What shape has 6 angles or 6 sides or 6 vertices on it? Do you remember? 6 would go with the hexagon. So that's a hexagon. And then our last shape here has, let's see, 1, 2, 3 angles. So that means that our shape would be what? What name do we put? We would say it's a triangle. Easy peasy. We're going to go watch one more quick video.
See this triangle here? It's a polygon. So is this square. And this pentagon. So what is a polygon exactly? It's a closed plane shape with 3 or more sides. Here's another one. Polygons are not open and do not have curves. So this shape and this shape aren't polygons at all. All polygons have angles too. This triangle has 3 angles, and this square has 4 angles. What do you notice? Right, polygons have the same number of angles as sides and vertices. Look at this square. It has a special type of angle. It's called a right angle, and it forms a square corner. Squares and rectangles have 4 right angles. So polygons are more than just cool shapes. There are a lot of interesting features to them too.
Let's go do some more practice. Let's turn that page. Okay, we're going to do number 5 together. It says write the number of angles and then the name of the shape. So we're doing the same thing that we did on the last page. So I'm counting the angles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that means that this would have to be a pentagon. So I'm going to write pentagon down here. Okay. I want you to look at number 6, count the angles, and then tell me what shape it would be. So pause me, do that, and then come back when you found the answer. Okay, let's look. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 angles. So that would make this a hexagon. What about number 8? Let's look at number 8 together. If I count the angles on this shape, I see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. So this one would have to also be a hexagon. What about number 9? I want you to do number 9, count the angles, write it down, and then tell me what shape it is. So take a minute and come back when you have it. Okay, let's see. 1 angle, 2 angles, 3 angles, and 4 angles. So a shape that has 4 angles would be a quadrilateral. Now it can't be a square because it doesn't have the right angles. Remember, they don't make squares in the corners, so it's just a quadrilateral. If it had 4 right angles, then it would be a square or a rectangle. We're going to go down and look at number 11 together. Okay, so number 11 says draw a polygon with 2 right angles and 2 angles that are not right angles. Name the shape that you draw. Okay, so I have to draw a shape that has 2 right angles. So I'm going to do that first. So 1 right angle and 2 right angles. Remember, they have to make perfect squares here in the corners. And now my shape has to have 2 other angles. So I really only need to put 1 other side on my shape, but they can't be right angles. So I'm going to make this side taller and go like this. So that way my angles in here aren't right angles. So now what shape did we make? Our shape has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, 4 vertices, and 4 different angles. So what would that be called? Would it be a square, a rectangle, a quadrilateral? This would be a quadrilateral because it doesn't have all right angles. Nicely done. We're going to turn the page and do one more problem. Okay, let's look at number 12. It says which plane shapes, which means that they're flat, are sewn together in the soccer ball. So there's two shapes in here. There's one that's the white shape and one that's the black shape. So I want you to look at them, count up their sides, count up their vertices and angles, and tell me what shape is the white one and what shape is the black one. So pause me, come back when you have both of those shapes named. Okay, let's look. So I'm going to grab my little pen here. I'm going to count the sides of my white shape. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, and I see 6 corners and 6 angles. So that would mean that this one is a hexagon. And then this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, which would make it a pentagon. So our soccer ball is made up of pentagons and hexagons. Pretty cool. Now you know every time you look at a soccer ball, it's pentagons and hexagons. Let's look at your homework for today. Okay, so I want you to go back in the workbook to the pages that we were just on, page 867. Do number 7, number 10, number 13, and number 15 for a little bit more practice. Make sure you take your time on that quick check and then go work on Math Facts Pro and iReady, however your teacher has assigned it. I'll see you back here again for math lesson number 3, and then I'll see you for math lesson number 4, but you won't actually see me. It'll just be a quiz. So I'll see you in lesson number 3. Bye, friends.